second graders. Today, Wednesday for math, we are going to start chapter 5 on place value to 1,000. Yesterday, Tuesday in math, we finished chapter 4 on subtracting two-digit numbers. And boy, was that a tough chapter. However, you guys worked hard and I think you understood how to subtract with regrouping and borrowing. We will keep practicing that throughout the year, but today we're going to move on to chapter 5, which is on place value. And I feel this chapter might be a little easier for you guys. I hope you will pick it up and learn our place value from 1 to 1,000. So our essential question is, how can I use place value? So if you can find in your binder under Wednesday's work, your math paper for today, it should have two papers stapled together and it should look like this. Please get that out. And if you could write your name nicely at the top in this section up here and write it nice and neat, please. Okay? Now, chapter 5 is going to focus on place value, but it's also going to look at my collections. So collections are when you group something together, like a collection of rocks, or a collection of pencils, or a collection of stickers. So we're going to watch this video that goes along with looking at collections, and it's going to introduce chapter 5 for us.
Come look at my collections. My parents have been collecting coins for me since I was a baby. I have coins from all over the world. Over the years, I've collected 285 coins. Wow, that's a lot. Now, let's write the digits that make the number in my collection. In school, I learned that we can break it down like this. There are 2 hundreds, 8 tens, and 5 ones. In expanded form, it looks like this. 200 plus 80 plus 5 equals 285. What kinds of things do you like to collect? Keep adding new math skills to your collections.
Okay, so I want you to think, what kind of collections do you like to collect? And when you collect something, you're getting more and more and more. And so when you add, you're getting ones and then tens, and then you might even have 100 of them. So we've been working on our number scroll to 1,000, and right there we've been working on place value since the beginning of second grade. You just kind of didn't know that we were working on place value. Now, before we start our math paper for today, I want us to do another video by Number Rock that talks about place value. And I'll probably watch this or show this video to you guys multiple times or many times throughout this chapter.
That's all that fit inside the one's place value line. So I picked another pair and made a group of 10. Fit it to a bag perfectly even. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I had to keep picking pairs of hunger I had to feed. So I picked another 10, and that led to one group of 100. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. I rode my bike 1 mile, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and in a little while, another mile made one group of 10. A little voice inside my head said, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I never knew I had so many miles inside me. The end of my trip was coming up ahead. I rode 10 more miles and reached 100.
And that little voice inside my head said,
10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. After the bell rang at 8 o'clock, I started playing with my base 10 blocks. I stacked up 9, and then one more made 10, and then 10 tens equaled 100. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Another 100 wouldn't fit in the hundred space. I had to write one group in the thousands place. Then I played the air bass. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 ones make 10. 10 groups of 10 are 100. 10 hundreds make 1,000. The pattern never ends. 10 groups of 1,000 equal 10,000. 10,000 make 100,000. And 10 of those make 1,000,000. And the pattern has no end.
Visit numberrock.com for exclusive content, lesson material.
Okay, hope you enjoyed that number rock on place value. And what I would like you to do now is get out your sheet if you haven't already, your 2 math papers stapled together. Make sure your name is on the top. We're going to go to the next page. This is the chapter 5, my project. I would like you to nicely X this page off. So with your pencil, just nicely put a big X over it. Don't scribble it and make it a mess, but just nicely put an X over it. We are not going to do the project. Okay, now you will come back in a minute into the am I ready on your own. But before I do that, and before you finish that, I would like you to go on to the My Math Words page, and we're going to do this together. So put your name at the top, nice and neat, please. And at the top, we're going to review these words. We have ones and we have tens. We are going to mark an X to show the value of the underlined digit. Then write the value of the digit. So look at this first number. We have 57. Now 7 is in the ones place. It's far to the right. So the number that's way over to the right, that is the ones. So what we need to do is we need to exit in the ones column. So this says tens, this says ones. Now that 7 means that there are 7 ones. So the value is 7. So just trace that, okay? Now on the next one, it says 89. Now the 8 is underlined. So the 9 is in the ones, the 8 is in the tens. So we're gonna X the 10 spot, because that's where the 8 is. And then what is the value of it? I'm not just gonna say 8, because if I just say 8, that means I have 8 ones. I don't. That means 8 tens would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I would have 80, that is its value. That wasn't a very good 0. 80, because this is 89. You can hear that, 80. All right, look at number 3. The next number is 20, and the 0 is being underlined. So the 0 is in the ones place again. So we're gonna X off the ones. And how many ones do we have? Well, we have 0. So the value is 0. We don't have any. The next one, the number is 32. The 3 is underlined. So here's our ones, that is our tens. So we're gonna X off the 10. So if I have 3 tens, 10, 20, 30, the value is 30. And you can hear it when I say 32. Okay, the next number is 41. Now way over to the right is the ones column. So we know that 1 is in the ones column. And it means I just have 1. That is its value, 1. The next one is 74. Now the 7 is underlined. The 4 is in the ones. The 7 is in the tens. Now if I have 70 or 7, I should have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So I have 70. That is its value, 70. And the last one, 68. The 6 is underlined. So I have 6 tens, which means I have 60. The value is 60. 6 tens is 60. Okay? All right. Now, at the bottom, we are going to do this bottom part. It says we're going to write a sentence about a review word. So what we're going to do on here is we're actually going to use both review words. And we are going to pick a number. Mrs. Murphy's going to pick the top number, 57. And I am going to say there are 5 tens and 7 ones in 57. So I'm going to say there are 5, and then I'm going to write the word tens, and 7 ones in, oh, that was not a good high. Let's try that again. In 57. I'm going to put a period because it's a sentence. So you can copy Mrs. Murphy's. You can come up with your own number. You could say there are 8 tens and 9 ones in 89. Or you could say there are 2 tens and 0 ones in 20. So you can change your number and the amount of tens and ones you have, but make sure that it is correct. Okay? Pause the video if you need to catch up writing your sentence. Then what you're going to do today is you're going to go back to the Am I Ready page and put your name at the top. And remember, Mrs. Murphy will read this one to you, but I want you to complete it on your own because it's going to show Mrs. Murphy, are you ready for this chapter? Okay? Now, on number 1 and 2, I think most of you should be able to do this because we've been working with base 10 of blocks a lot in 2nd grade. So on number 1, it just wants you to count the base 10 blocks. Count the 6 by 10s, count the cubes by 1s. So when you count your 6 and your cubes, what is the number? So how many base 10 blocks do I have for 1? And how many base 10 blocks do I have for number 2? Go ahead and count them and write the number. All right, I'm going to move on to the next part. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video. On the next part, numbers 3 through 6, we are going to compare. And we're going to write the greater than and less than or equal to sign. Now, if you don't remember these from 1st grade because it's been a while, it's okay. Mrs. Murphy will review these and think of an alligator. Maybe Mrs. Jensen taught you about the alligator eating the bigger number. That's my little hint. So look at number 3, 27 and 36. Which symbol would you use to put in there? Number 4 is 15 and 15. Which symbol would you use to put in there? Number 5 is 45 and 29. Which symbol would you put in there? And number 6, 12 and 20. Which symbol would you put in there? Pause the video if you need to think or to put the correct symbols in. And then we have one last one down here. Number 7, the last one on the Am I Ready page, says Tia counts the shoes in her closet. Each pair has 2 shoes. Show how she counts. So if each shoe has 2 pairs, the first pair is going to have 2. So Mrs. Murphy is going to help you out on this. It looks like we might be counting by 2s and counting our even numbers because we can't have an odd shoe out. So I'm going to start with this one. So you have 2, skip 3, you get 4. So 2, 4, blank, blank, 10. Fill in those missing numbers, count by 2s. That is your hint. When you're done, keep this paper in a safe spot because I would like you to hand that in on Thursday with the rest of your work so that I can look at it and see if you're ready for chapter 5.